might not get to see some of these places again. It's not that far out of the way, and it'll break up the journey.
Fine. But you're too nice.
James smiles his goofy, toothy grin as Jen sits back down. The minibus follows a narrow country road alongside a forest of green and brown firs. They pass a lonely farm alongside a massive brown harvested field. Joan plays with a beach ball in the back of the bus, tossing it to Nancy at the front. It strikes Jen on the back of the head. She hunches over in surprise and irritation.
Sorry, Jen.
Jen stares at Nancy in disbelief, then breaks off with a sigh, staring out the window as they follow a bend between a green field flecked with sheep and the reedy banks of a river. The sky is overcast, but sunlight beams from beneath the cloud line, bathing the fields and autumnal trees in a subtle auburn glow. Joan sits up, rousing from sleep, pulling her hat up from over her eyes. She looks across the aisle to Malcolm, who holds his blackboard up to the window.
What are you up to, Malcolm?
He turns round with a smile. It says, "Honk if you're horny."
How old are you?
Joan looks disgusted. Malcolm sticks out his tongue, shrugs, and returns to the window.
Strength.
Holding his blackboard, Malcolm waves out the window. The minibus approaches the Forth, its curved red iconic suspension bridge visible in the distance. James pushes Malcolm up the pavement at Queensferry. The group storm into the reception at Deep Sea World. Now Joan leads them through one of the underwater tunnels. Malcolm stares in awe at the huge fish and sharks floating all about him. One shark floats directly above, and Malcolm stares into its jaws, open-mouthed. Outside, a train passes high above on its journey to cross the River Forth. The view pans down to Deep Sea World as Malcolm pushes himself into the car park. He catches sight of an abandoned red plastic text and speech toy. He picks it up, switches it on, and punches in the word hello.
Hello.
He begins to chuckle to himself in amazement. Back at the care home, Thompson sits at her desk looking at the 3 letters. She shakes her head in irritation. The minibus drives alongside another forest of firs. Bright sun dapples an azure sky. Inside, Joan flips portraits on a Guess Who game.
Have you got glasses?
Malcolm shakes his head.